Tokyo. The future of Japan's government was uncertain on Monday after voters expressed their discontent with Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's scandal-plagued ruling coalition in a recent election, resulting in no party gaining a clear mandate to lead the world's fourth-largest economy. This political upheaval caused the yen to drop to a 3-month low as analysts braced for potentially lengthy negotiations to form a new government and possibly see a change in leadership. The situation is compounded by economic challenges, a tense security landscape influenced by an assertive China and nuclear-armed North Korea, and a week before U.S. voters head to the polls in another unpredictable election. We cannot afford even a moment of stagnation as we face significant challenges in both security and the economy, a resolute Ishiba stated at a press conference on Monday, reaffirming his commitment to remain as premier. Ishiba's Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, and its junior coalition partner, Komeito, secured 215 seats in the lower house of parliament, a sharp decline from 279 seats. Voters reacted negatively to a funding scandal and the rising cost of living, leading to the loss of 2 cabinet ministers and Komeito leader Keiichi Ishii's seat. In contrast, the main opposition, the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, CDPJ, emerged as the biggest winner, increasing its representation from 98 to 148 seats, but still falling short of the 233 needed for a majority. Under the Constitution, the parties have 30 days to negotiate a governing coalition, raising questions about Ishiba's longevity as premier, just weeks after he assumed office. Smaller parties also made gains, which could be crucial in coalition talks. It seems unlikely that Ishiba will survive to lead a new government as prime minister, though he might remain as a caretaker, noted Tobias Harris, founder of Japan Foresight, a political risk advisory firm. CDPJ leader Yoshihiko Noda has expressed his intention to collaborate with other parties to challenge the incumbents, though analysts view this as a less likely scenario. The LDP has dominated Japanese politics for most of the post-war era, and this election result marks its worst performance since briefly losing power in 2009. Ishiba, who was selected to lead the LDP in a competitive race last month, called for the snap election a year ahead of schedule in hopes of securing a public mandate. Despite initial optimism based on his personal popularity, he faced backlash over his handling of a scandal involving unrecorded donations to LDP lawmakers. While the LDP opted not to endorse several candidates embroiled in scandals, a report just days before the election revealed the party had provided campaign funds to non-endorsed candidates' branches, which garnered significant media attention. The influential Asahi newspaper published an editorial criticizing the LDP's apparent disregard for its public image just 2 days before the vote. Support from smaller parties, such as the Democratic Party for the People, DPP, and the Japan Innovation Party, JIP, which won 28 and 38 seats respectively, could be vital for the LDP moving forward. Both DPP chief Yuichiro Tamaki and JIP leader Nobuyuki Baba have stated they will not join a coalition but are open to issue-specific cooperation. Ishiba echoed this sentiment, saying, "At this moment, we are not anticipating a coalition with other opposition parties." He noted that the LDP would engage in discussions with other parties and might adopt some of their policy proposals. The DPP and JIP advocate policies that could challenge the LDP and the Bank of Japan. The DPP is calling for a reduction of Japan's 10% sales tax until real wages increase, a proposal the LDP has not endorsed. Both parties have also criticized the BOJ's attempts to raise interest rates and shift away from years of monetary stimulus. It will depend on what concessions the LDP can offer these two parties to gain their support. The ideal scenario would be to include them in a coalition government, but that's a significant challenge, said Rintaro Nishimura, an associate at consulting firm the Asia Group. In a statement, Masakazu Takura, head of Japan's influential business lobby Keidanren, expressed hope for a stable government centered around the LDP Komeito coalition to address urgent economic issues, including energy security and wage growth. In a positive development, a record 73 women were elected to Japan's male-dominated parliament, surpassing the previous high of 54 achieved in 2009.